Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
Looks like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I am bringing you this Storm Division matchup between WildHeart Omega and Anti-Clown Association. This is going to be a good one. Looking forward to this one. I'm getting a weird game bug right now, so I'm trying to restart it really quickly. But hopefully I'm able to log in. It'll stop telling me that the game is no longer available despite me not being in a game. But we'll get in. And we'll get into a lobby, and we'll get going with game number 1 in just a moment. Hopefully you're all having an excellent evening. It's Wednesday. I'm having a great time. I'm still technically on vacation from work. Oh my goodness, my camera on the right is gone. Where is my camera? Deactivate. Reactivate. There we go. Now we've got a cat. Now I'm getting a version mismatch. Lovely. Let's keep trying to log in. In the meantime, let's go over to map select. Let you know what the state of this series is. Cursed Hollow and Dragonshire were banned out here by WildHeart Omega. Infernal Shrines and Sky Temple removed by Anti-Clown Association. And we're going to be going to Battlefield of Eternity here for game number 1. Let the teams know that I'm having a slight issue with the game. Hopefully I get logged on here in just a moment, and I get to cast. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Let's go into the draft. We are here on Battlefield of Eternity for game number 1. On the left, WildHeart Omega will be first to act here, as they ban away the Medivh. Medivh, constant source of consternation. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for that Medivh. I will take the opportunity to make sure everyone's names are properly set up here. Got the DH on Got Filth now. Fantastic. Lunara going to be the first ban coming out of Anti-Clown Association. Solid pick on Battlefield of Eternity. That vision is really, really helpful when you get in those stalemates in the mid. We got Ventori, we got Filth. Left, Reb is not here. But Hiva is. There we go. Alright, I've got everybody. Fantastic. WildHeart Omega going to go ahead and remove the Blaze second here, so notably Johanna and Rhaegar, only one of them, if either of them, will be banned in the opening setup. See if both are let through or one is let through here on Battlefield. Some people say that Johanna is okay to let through on Battlefield because the macro presence can be somewhat nullified. But once you get to 20, Johanna's so good. Anti-Clown Association is going to set up a trade here, banning away the Junkrat, so a lot of power picks on the table here. Especially in the healer position, none of them have been banned away. WildHeart Omega will bite first with the Rhaegar here, coming in first pick. So Anti-Clown Association, they've got a lot of healer options. We'll see how many, if they want to let it go until after the mid ban here, between Stukov, between Brightwing. You can even run something like an Anduin. They're going to go with the Lucio. Valimar picking up an early Lucio here for Anti-Clown Association. And Dentori is going to lock in the Yrel. Interesting setup here. Not heroes you tend to think of as first pick type heroes, but it could be that Anti-Clown Association wants to stay flexible in their later picks, or it could be they're trying to hide something sneaky. When I see something like Yrel Lucio coming out first, I think they might be trying to hide something in the later half of this draft. We'll have to see what they build here. In the meantime, though, for WildHeart Omega, Roger is going to pick up the Hanzo. Gojira going with that Hogger. Solid picks all around for WildHeart Omega. Can build a lot of ways with those last 2 picks. Anti-Clown Association looking across here. See what they want to remove. They're going to get rid of that Johanna. Not so much worried about the Leoric with the Hanzo since Gojira's already picked up the Hogger here, so taking away a premier tank that presumably they don't want for themselves. WildHeart Omega. Wonder if they're worried at all about a Tychus. Probably not. Vala. Probably don't go Vala with Lucio. We'll see what they want to take out here. I'm going to take away the Tyrael. Tyrael pretty good at running into that back line, taking advantage of the chaos in fights that don't necessarily come from hard CC. So we'll see what Anti-Clown Association is going to respond with here. I imagine we'll see a Muradin. There it is. Caesar Salad picking up the Muradin. Definitely a hero we've seen played by him before. Kelsier going with the Sylvanas. Hard to go wrong with a Sylvanas. Good siege alongside the objective. Decent enough burn. Decent enough hero damage. Very survivable with that Haunting Wave and the defensive talents in the later tiers. Be interesting to see what Gotfilth picks up in that last spot, but first, WildHeart Omega, they need a tank, they need a flex. See how they want to set this up here. It's going to be ETC Raynor, a couple of heroes we don't get to see a lot of. Raynor, pretty strong with the PvE damage if that's the way they're going to go. ETC, always valuable for that snap stun, but otherwise is somewhat vulnerable. So we'll see if WildHeart Omega is going to be looking for those fast fights to pick up a kill very quickly. Though, so far, Anti-Clown Association, not a lot of poke. Though they gain a little bit with Genji, as Gotfilth locks in that last hero. Genji going to be going into the back, looking to put some damage onto those somewhat low health bars of Raynor, Hanzo. Some good harass available there. Interesting drafts from both sides here. A couple of unexpected picks. Well, I want to see how they clash here on Battlefield. Alrighty, let's do the predictions. The bananas can now be bet. Who's going to win this first one? WildHeart Omega or Anti-Clown Association? Put those bets on the line. You've got the time. Gotta love a Raynor. I used to play a lot of Raynor here on Battlefield of Eternity in patches gone by. Old Faithful. Old Faithful Raynor. Genji's a cool option. I want to see what Gotfilth can do with the with this dive assassin. You wonder if Tyrael was actually in the cards with the setup that Anti-Clown Association has built here. Muradin can dive in too, but not quite the same defensive capabilities. But let's get into the game. And see what we can see. Game number 1. On the left in the blue, we have WildHeart Omega. Hiva is on the Raynor. Roger playing Hanzo. We've got Funds on the ETC. Iron on Rhaegar. And Gojira is playing the Hogger. On the right in the red, we have Anti-Clown Association. Kelsier on the Sylvanas. Nentori playing Yrel. Valimar on Lucio. Gotfilth on the Genji. And Caesar Salad playing Muradin. Keep an eye here on the bottom lane as we start things off. We'll see where the clash is going to happen. Looks like there could be a spot in the mid. Funds sees that rotation up to the top lane. Hogger already in the area. Funds looking for a slide in the back. Catches 3 here. As Iron and Hiva look to catch up, Kelsier could be in a little bit of trouble, but has the Haunting Wave to escape. Pretty good response there, only losing a little bit of that bottom tower is WildHeart Omega. Funds in the bottom bush there, waiting for an opportunity to move forward as Caesar Salad steps up onto Hiva here. There's the quick slide. They're going to bump Muradin back into range. I think that was an interrupted Dwarf Toss. Could be trouble here for Caesar Salad. Manages to just barely get on out of there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Roger has been trying to just stay alive here versus Nentori. Gotfilth actually getting a little bit low. I didn't see what happened, but possibly diving under those towers looking for a kill. As we see Roger has tapped. Checking back on the top lane pressure. WildHeart Omega going to look to grab this top camp as quickly as they can. Genji is in the area. So Anti-Clown Association could move in on this to make it a 4v4. Godfilth is in the back. There's Caesar Salad going to jump onto the point. Stun goes out onto Hiva, but the camp is going to be claimed here. Godfilth in a little bit of trouble. Stun goes out onto Kelsier once again. Kelsier low, managing to barely get away. Anti-Clown Association does not claim the camp, but they do manage to escape without losing any heroes. So far, Hanzo's sitting at 3 stacks on that level 1. Roger finally able to come up to this top lane, switching out with Hogger. So we'll see if those W stacks come a little more easily. ETC's going for the Prog Rock quest. Gonna look to get those area heals after 20 globes have been picked up. Not able to get that globe though. Caesar Salad taking some hits. Hiva pops the E to get a little bit of healing back. Godfilth slowed, but able to jump away. Valimar looking for a quick hit there, but a nice penetrating round. Gets Raynor to safety. Approaching the 2-minute 30 mark, so the teams are going to go ahead and get their Shaman camps primed and ready to go. WildHeart Omega doing the same thing here on the left. Rhaegar pretty good at the camping, able to start that solo before Hiva and Roger came on through to help out. Right side camp is going to be claimed here by Anti-Clown Association. Funds, gotta watch out for this rotation. Caesar Salad could be looking to jump in right now. Funds feels it coming, just going to get back behind the gate. Valimar taking a couple of hits on the outside there. Slide through by Funds as Roger trying to step up to follow up. ETC avoids the Stormbolt as Godfilth goes into the back, throwing some damage onto Roger before using the Swift Strike to get away. WildHeart Omega trying to set up to get a little bit of burn in. The PvE talent for Hanzo is online as the top wall is taking a ton of damage from this Shaman camp. Fun's pushing back Caesar Salad, waiting for an opportunity. They can't get that kill though. WildHeart Omega going to be able to clear this top lane. It looks like there's some action on the bottom side. Gojira taking some hits, has to spin back to the team. Less than 300 health, but does escape. Still no kills thus far. Stentori goes in, finds the stun onto Funds. Gojira tapped, but is still pretty low health. Can't move back in just yet. And Anti-Clown Association doing a great job of controlling this space. Finally given the opportunity to come down here and get a little bit of damage on the Immortal is Sylvanas and Genji. WildHeart Omega doing the same thing here on the top side. Hiva able to lock in there. Valimar could be in a bit of trouble here. Funds trying to peel here for Iron. Is knocked back as both Immortals roughly at the same health going into halftime here. Funds pretty low there. Valimar trying to step up and deal a little bit of damage, but Funds does escape. Genji and Sylvanas on the right-hand side are continuing to burn down this Immortal. WildHeart Omega trying to step up here. Nentori is warding away, but it looks like Anti-Clown Association has the damage to get our first objective of the game. Be moving down to the bottom lane for the push. Bruisers headed onto the top lane, get that experience as both teams achieving level 7. The exact same moment here. We'll see how much our Sylvanas comp can push with this first objective. Gonna try to save those black arrows to get into fort range as the wall is burned down. Godfilth goes in there but gets pushed back by Hiva. There it is. Black Arrow's going to come on out and turn off the fort. The objective is down to half health here. Stentori in the back going to get a quick stun onto Hiva. Godfilth going in there. But great warding from WildHeart Omega. They're going to lose this fort, but everyone's staying nice and healthy. Not going to take any deaths on that push. Looks like we got a heavy rotation onto the top lane. Gojira feels it coming. Going to try to escape on the top corridor. Nentori mounted. Looks like they're not going for the gank. Gojira just going to escape on the top side here. Godfilth over the top, going to start this camp. Could have ourselves a scrap here. WildHeart Omega is in the area. Gojira spots them. Hiva on the low side is going to be not knocked back just yet. Nantori doesn't get the knockback. Yrel is slid onto there by Funds, and we're going to have a full engage here in the top lane. 5v5. Genji goes in for a bit of damage and hops right back out again with that cyber agility. WildHeart Omega going to get their try, we'll say, on the top camp. Anti-Clown Association not going to go contest, so top camp goes over to WildHeart Omega. Yrel in the bottom lane is pushing up that wave as Funds is looking for an opportunity. There's a Dwarf Class interrupted. Great stun from Gojira. Knockback as well, but Caesar Salad once again able to barely get out. Roger low manages to avoid Gotfilth there, playing around with the vision. Gojira may not be so lucky though, does go down. Slide from Funds, that's going to be it for Muradin. Quick trade onto those frontliners, but now Funds made... Oh, what a knockback from Hiva, pushing Genji during the Swift Strike. Not able to continue to follow up onto ETC. Both teams pretty battered and bruised, heading back to base, get a little bit of health and mana. Shaman camps are up, and WildHeart Omega able to get this out before the objective phase is ready to go. Meanwhile, though, Nantori has been pushing onto the bottom wall here. Gojira is going to be forced to help clear that away. Looks like WildHeart Omega do have the drop on this Immortal phase, getting a pretty significant health lead here, about 6,000 health, ahead of Anti-Clown Association right now. WildHeart Omega could be looking for Nantori here. Wide flank from Funds, but Nantori able to get away. Now WildHeart Omega is setting up for some more damage. Anti-Clown Association coming on down from the top side. Continuing to look for a strong defense here, but there's a lot of health difference between these Immortals. See how long they can hold out on the defense. Funds looking for a slide onto Valimar, not quite getting it. Gotfilth able to go in there. X-Strike will not connect onto Roger. Great cleanse coming on out from Iron. As the Ancestral Healing is committed as well. Continuing a very strong defense from Anti-Clown Association, Sylvanas is able to break off here and start whittling down this Immortal health. Hanzo trying to get in range, Hiva trying to get in range to put a little bit of damage onto this Immortal. Less than 3,000 health left. As Hogger continues to spin, Iron in a whole lot of trouble there. Dragon Arrow comes on out, gonna trade Rhaegar for Genji though. Caesar Salad moves into the back, nice stun onto Raynor. Raynor's gonna go down here. 1,500 health left on this Immortal, but WildHeart Omega not going to be able to get in range easily. Caesar Salad continues to ward away Roger. 10,000 more health for Sylvanas to get through here on the top side. Kelsier a little light on mana. Is doing their best. Hogger getting a spin around that corridor. Gojira trying to create some space. Won't quite get the stun onto Muradin, as members of WildHeart Omega are now back on the field here. They got to get in very quickly, or Sylvanas has got it down past 2,000 health. A little bit of damage comes out, but it's not going to be in time. Anti-Clown Association wins the Immortal race once again here, and it's going to be pushing down the top lane. Top lane already pretty bruised from that early game action here. It'll be very difficult for WildHeart Omega to keep this fort. So we'll see how much position they want to give here. Raynor's Raider over the top, just scouting that flank, looking for a little bit of extra damage there. Hogger coming up from the bottom side is going to be intercepted there, or seen at least, by Yrel and Genji. Yrel is cut off. Genji able to go in there. Nice knockback from ETC prevents Caesar Salad from following up with the Stormbolt. Some Mortal down to half health, gonna start taking some shots into this keep wall. Gotfilth going right over the top here, has the cyber agility to escape. Dragon Arrow from the edge, not gonna connect. Gojira was looking for the follow-up Shockwave, gets the knockback anyway, and Genji gets caught. Great turnaround kill from WildHeart Omega. We'll see how much more they can get. Caesar Salad is trying to escape along the top corridor. Nice double Stormbolt coming on out. Iron could be in a little bit of trouble here as Muradin's damage is huge. Silence Arrow barely not on time, and the Ancestral does connect onto Iron. So Genji going down, but the only kill to be had here. WildHeart Omega possibly looking for more. They do have the 5v4 for now, but Hogger has split off, so it can still be a 4v4. here on the top side. Fun's getting a quick slide there onto Valimar. Lucio taken down to half. Fun's could be in a little bit of trouble here as Notori has the knockback. There is the mosh is very, very quickly interrupted, and ETC is going to go down. Hiva falls next. Iron going to be slowed, going to have nowhere to go. That's a triple kill for Anti-Clown Association. They lose the camp, but they might be able to move up and find themselves a keep. Roger in some trouble here as Godfilth continuing to chase through. The X-Strike going to connect there and sheds that fort aggro. Caesar Salad going to get quickly stunned by the Dragon Arrow. Hanzo able to escape. The Black Arrows are onto the fort. There's no minion support just yet. So it'll be just the Black Arrows, which have now been deactivated. We'll see if they have enough time to take this down. They do. Keep does fall. Very nice movement onto that keep from Anti-Clown Association. WildHeart Omega yet to claim a structure as they have not picked up an objective just yet. They're going to time out this Shaman camp. As Kelsier works on that top Immortal. WildHeart Omega, we'll see if they want to go for the damage. It looks like they are moving down to the bottom side. They're just going to trade out this phase for now, but Notori with a nice knockback prevents any extra damage from going out. Topside damage is still going through for Anti-Clown Association, and the halftime show is triggered. Looks like it's going to be a simple north-south switch, and WildHeart Omega going to set up for the defense here. See what the engage angles are like. Yrel dealing with the bottom lane pressure. Sylvanas with the top lane pressure as Godfilth moves onto the race. There's a quick slide onto the top side, though. Caesar Salad going to be able to pop the Avatar and still has the Dwarf Toss to escape. Gojira trying to follow up with a little extra damage in the back line there. Is being targeted down, though, and Hogger will fall. The rest of WildHeart Omega was trying to get some value onto the objective, but they're going to be chased out here by Anti-Clown Association. Fun's in a little bit of trouble, has the knockback, but Godfilth stuck to him like glue. Is going to help secure that kill onto ETC. Now Notori is just trying to keep the fight going onto Roger here. Another penetrating round is going to stop the advance. Oh, what a jump over the wall. X-Strike comes on out. Hiva able to get the self-heal and the armor off, but it's not enough. Rainer is going to go down. Caesar Salad being targeted by 3 towers here as the Dragon Arrow connects. Somehow Caesar Salad survives. Valimar is able to boost out as well. Both of those heroes look full dead to me. They both managed to escape. Amazing stuff. By the way, El Reina, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show. Notori able to hearth back, will not be discovered by that scatter arrow. Objective does end up being claimed here by Anti-Clown Association, now up level 16's, about to be up 2 levels here, as they get a push through the bottom lane onto the only remaining keep of WildHeart Omega. See what the defense looks like here. Augur and Hanzo on the top side trying to trade out, get a little extra experience. They need level 16s if they want a chance on this defense. But it's still a ways off. It's going to be probably at the core, if at all, that they find these level 16s. Black Arrows come on out. Godfilth moving in onto the flank, trying to get this building down as quickly as possible. Objective is down to half here, and is the keep will fall. Still halfway to level 16 as WildHeart Omega. Looks like they're going to have to try to go for this defense. 1 talent tier down. Roger goes in and is taken out there by Sylvanas. Force shielding is starting to fall here as Notori steps up. Gojira in the back is trying to defend as best as possible. The Ancestral does land, and the core has stopped taking damage for now. Anti-Clown Association continuing to press forward here, getting a little bit of damage out, looking for any kind of opportunity. Gojira low is going to be the next to fall. Swift Strike resets are coming on out. Rainer is going to go down. Fun's in some trouble here, is able to get away, but Genji on the chase wants blood. Iron falls after Fun's, and this looks like it's going to be Anti-Clown Association moving on through and getting the victory here in game number 1. Very clean and nicely played. GG. Really nicely executed there. WildHeart Omega, it looked like they had some pretty good map control there, but the fights were just very, very difficult to control with the Lucio and Genji just flying around every which way there. Solid focus on Murden, great interrupts on those leaps, but the damage output just wasn't quite there, and Anti-Clown Association storms through for their first win. Let's go to the post-match summary. Let's see what we can see here. Hive on the Rainer, top hero damage for the side of WildHeart Omega, 42,500. Coming on out there. Kelsier on Sylvanas for Anti-Clown Association, a little over 47,000. 0 deaths for Anti-Clown Association. Very nicely done. Let's close out this prediction here. Update the scoreboard. Get ourselves ready for game number 2. Ready for game number 2. Let's get some hydration station going. Delicious, delicious water. There are the talent builds such as they are. WildHeart Omega was looking for those 16s, couldn't quite get it before they had to come on back for the defense, and that is a very, very tough defensive spot. Well controlled by Anti-Clown Association in the final moments. Alrighty, that was game number 1. As we wait for our next lobby, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, it's going to be game 2, WildHeart Omega versus Anti-Clown Association. Alrighty, welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 2 of WildHeart Omega versus Anti-Clown Association. Solid victory there for ACA on map number 1. Let's see where we're going for map 2. We are going to Tomb of the Spider Queen, once again chosen by Anti-Clown Association. WildHeart Omega opting for first pick. Our draft is already good to go. Let's jump on in. Let's jump on in. And as we can see, there is a substitution here for WildHeart Omega. Reb has come in for Hiva. The captain returns here for WildHeart Omega. And they're going to ban out the Lucio. Don't want to see that Valimar Lucio here in game number 2. See if there's any reactionary bans on the side of Anti-Clown Association. Or if it's just going to be more of the same. I imagine Junkrat probably won't get through. Kerrigan ban. Yeah, Reb joined the game. No Kerrigans allowed. That is the rules. I've cast a couple of Reb Kerrigans before, and it is truly something to see. You feel like Kerrigan is like a really short-range hero, but when Reb consistently gets combos over walls and through gates, that's got to be pretty frustrating to play into. Holy cow. WildHeart Omega gonna ban away the Johanna here. You gotta ban Junkrat, right? You gotta ban Junkrat, right? Maybe not. Maybe they're gonna dangle the Rhaegar out. Tempt them. No, they're gonna ban Junkrat. Junkrat has been taken away by Anti-Clown Association. We'll see if WildHeart Omega wants to get rid of the Rhaegar as well. Or wants to take the Rhaegar, I should say. Or if they've got something else in mind here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. By the way, there was a dad joke during the break. Melville, where do mansplainers get their water from? The well, actually. Get it? Gojira gonna lock in the Blaze first pick. Here for WildHeart Omega. Anti-Clown Association, they got their choice of healer, should they want it. They're going to take the Lunara, though. I had to ban it there in game number 1. Kelsier will pick up the Forest Dryad here for game number 2. Do they go with a healer, or do they go with the offlane? They're going to go with the offlane, and Tori grabs the Leoric. Blaze Leoric. Eternal matchup for all time. Never not Blaze Leoric. WildHeart Omega going to be looking for their next 2 picks here. I wouldn't mind a Sylvanas steal. We'll see what they think. They do think. Roger going to take away the Sylvanas, and Iron going to go for the Anduin here. Alright, alright. So not going to take the Stukov, not going to take the Brightwing, instead going to go for the Anduin. Going to try to save people from those entombs. Throw in some light bombs, maybe, on top of those blaze stuns. Anti-Clown Association going to ban away the Maiev. Smart ban there. Maiev is a great light bomb carrier. Great follow-up or setup for Blaze. And a powerhouse on Tomb of the Spider Queen with that wave. WildHeart Omega see the Lunara, they see the Leoric. See what they want to remove here. What I'd be worried about. Diablo will be the ban. Yeah, Diablo, I mean, Diablo is just kind of good on this map. There's so many walls, such tight spaces for Diablo to work in. I was trying to think of what else I would ban. Stukov would be pretty annoying with the Leoric. See if Anti-Clown Association wants to pick that up to create that level 10 Silence Entomb. Godfilth is going to go for the Falstad here, and Caesar Salad bringing the Anubarak. Gonna save that healer for last. So, WildHeart Omega. They need the flex. They need the tank. Assuming Gojira is going to take the Blaze to the off lane. They don't necessarily have to, but it is much more common. Reb and Funds looking for their last two spots. I've seen Funds play some variant here, but it's going to be Stitches. Stitches Tassadar going to be the choices here for WildHeart Omega. Okay, so the Anduin makes a little bit more sense there. Anduin Stitches is a very solid combo. You get the Gorge, you can pull Stitches back, or you can lock on the Light Bomb to explode after the Gorge disgorges. Of course, the walls and wave clear of Tassadar always welcome. Valimar going to go for the Malfurion in the last spot here. Malfurion, great follow-up for Leoric, great follow-up for Anubarak, and generally keeping health bars high against the somewhat less than burst damage of WildHeart Omega. Solid drafts from both sides. I like them both. I like them both. But do you like them both? Let's get the prediction up once again here. Put those bananas on the line. Who's going to win game number 2? Is it WildHeart Omega? Is it Anti-Clown Association? Looking at these two comps, looks like WildHeart Omega, if they can find the picks, I mean, that's the eternal question with Stitches, right? If they can find the picks, it's going to go well for them. I feel like Anti-Clown Association has the better fighting comp, but WildHeart Omega doesn't necessarily have to give them a fight. We'll see who's going to win the dance between the lanes, who's going to win that area control battle that you need to have on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We shall see as we jump into the next game. Let's do it. Game number 2. On the left in the blue, we have WildHeart Omega. Gojira's on the Blaze, Iron playing Anduin, Funds is on Stitches, Roger on Sylvanas, and Reb is on the Tassadar. On the right in the red, we have Anti-Clown Association. Vintori is on the Leoric, Caesar Salad on Anubarak, Valimar on Malfurion, Kelsier is playing Lunara, and Godfilth is on Falstad. Putting your banana on the line. Bananas are on the line here. Big bets on WildHeart Omega as, oh my goodness, Godfilth almost got hooked into tower range. 0-3 has been called. Anti-Clown Association have made their bet via spray. The starting wave clear commences here. First hook, or second hook, I should say. Doesn't quite land there onto Valimar as Funds was looking for a quick follow-up. The Sleepy Roots, always a threat, always a threat. As Reb throwing a little bit of that Tassadar damage onto the back line, the rotations will begin. Goon wants a refund. Dang. Bets are starting to come in, though, for Anti-Clown Association. Getting a little bit more even out there. Want to throw your opinion in the pot. Now is the time. You see Leoric helping out with the mid-clear a little bit. Possible engage onto Funds here coming on out. There is the save from Iron. Extra hook comes out onto Caesar Salad. We'll see if there's enough damage follow-up onto Anubarak here. Nice wall coming on out. The Chastise buying a little bit of extra time, but with the help of Malfurion and the lower damage output without Sylvanas, as you see Sylvanas in the bottom lane was working on Nintori, Anubarak manages to get away. Bottom camp being focused on by Lunara right now. Kelsier getting that push going. As Roger and Gojira are going to activate the black arrows. They got to watch out for Caesar Salad, though. They're going to have to retreat. Lunara. Oh, had to leash the camp there. Pings are raining down. Unfork. Back Bruiser camp is going to be the focus here for WildHeart Omega in the meantime. Tassadar just doing a little bit of lonely double soaking here alongside Falstad. Bottom camp claimed by Anti-Clown Association. Back camp being worked on still by WildHeart Omega. Neither team particularly close to their first turn in just yet. Probably still a minute or a minute and a half until we see that. See what the rotations look like. WildHeart Omega picks up their back camp back, or the Bruiser camp on the right is still going to take a moment here. So we'll see if WildHeart Omega can get any kind of push going with this Bruiser camp. Looks like they may be looking for Falstad. Gotfilth manages to get away. Funds was looking for a possible juke play, but Falstad just goes directly behind the wall. Mid pressure now being applied by WildHeart Omega. Kelsier stepping up. Oh no, Kelsier very, very low. Was looking to follow up there. Almost got taken down. Iron has the save onto Roger next. Anti-Clown Association takes a little bit of damage on their wall, but pretty successful defense. Valimar going to get hooked and locked in by that static fence. Valimar going to get hit with Psionic Storm as well and will go down as first blood. That should prove to make a somewhat easier defense here for WildHeart Omega, as that poke damage from Tassadar will start to stick without the presence of Malfurion. There's a quick engage onto Funds here. Gotfilth going to barrel roll forward, try to get one more auto. Funds has the lightning rod locked in, but it's not going to be enough. Gojira doesn't quite get the jet propulsion, but is able to walk away. So both walls fairly evenly... Oh, goodness. Missing the action on the top side is me. As Funds goes down, Reb in trouble, has to throw out the force wall once again. Big scraps going on here in the mid lane over these Bruiser camps. Very aggressive style of play from both teams here, as Tassadar going to get double stunned. Reb trying to get behind the wall there. Iron has the heals to keep Tassadar alive. Roger putting some damage onto Gotfilth on the top side. Gonna try to bait Sylvanas onto the top, but Valimar shows. Roger moves back. Very nice aggressive start from these teams. Both sides have enough for their first turn into the game. We'll see who manages to create the space to do so. It is Anti-Clown Association, as Leoric was able to find time in the bottom lane to get that turn in, with Gojira looking for an engage in the mid. So we've got the Red Web Weavers gearing up to go. We'll see how much damage they can do. Has Gotfilth trying to control the top side here. Reb taking some hits. Tassadar forced to move back behind the mid wall. Web Weavers are spawning now. WildHeart Omega trying to get in range for this defense. Gotfilth and Caesar Salad really wanting to lock down that rotation to the top lane. Sylvanas was able to leak out, is going to do a little bit of damage there with Falstad. 3v3 in the mid. The mid wall is being poked down here by Kelsier. Sylvanas actually goes down on the top side in the 1v1. A few gems are going to be on the ground here. Gotfilth is going to try to get healed back up, as mid fort is now starting to take some damage. Falstad pushing that top wave in is going to get a pretty good chunk out of top fort as well. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Leoric is claiming this entire structure, and Tori has to move on out, though. Falstad barrel rolls into the boss pit. It looks like the fort is going to fall anyway. Mid fort taking some damage as well. WildHeart Omega might lose 3 structures here. Nentori, oh no, Leoric goes down in the bottom lane. The pings rain down. The fort still stands. Unfortunate there. Needed one more auto attack. Does not get it. Kelsier gonna need a gust from Gotfilth to get saved. Hammerang with the poison. Might not be enough. Mind Control lands as well as the hook. Gotfilth in trouble. Nice follow-up route. Is going to get taken down there. Great follow-up from WildHeart Omega. They've lost 2 structures, but they want to see if they can pick up some kills here. Caesar Salad able to retreat along the bottom side. Gojira gonna get interrupted from that turn-in. Caesar Salad wants to just, really wants to just step forward and get that building, but doesn't want to get punished for it. The chase in the mid is sending WildHeart Omega back to the Bruiser camp. Sylvanas wants this defense. Going over the wall. Oh, interrupting the jet propulsion there. Forces out the bunker from Blaze. WildHeart Omega has to peel away from the camp here and look for a fight. Hook lands onto Valimar, and Tomb does not stop Funds. Iron with the short-range pull is going to get Valimar into the tower range, and Malfurion goes down. Very nicely done. Kelsier just wants one ult. The Thornwood Vine. There it is. The final Thorn does go down. It was looking like Caesar Salad wanted to just dive in and drop a beetle off. Did not manage to do so. Hook lands onto Leoric. There's a quick wall. Caesar Salad just keeping a distance. Just keeping a distance. Gojira finding the quick stun there. Tori taking some big hits, but manages to get away with less than 600 health. So Anti-Clown Association ultimately do gain their 3 structures off of their first turn-in. WildHeart Omega now is going to have a lot harder of a time finding any turn-ins at all, as that vision control is a big deal here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Roger looking for the mind control in the mid, does not quite get it. Blaze still dealing with the bottom lane pressure from Got Filth, who got that bottom camp. Now the Bruiser camp in the mid. It's being focused down by Anti-Clown Association. Anti-Clown Association still needs a number more gems to get their second turn-in. Tori guarding the bottom side here. Caesar Salad guarding the top side. Looking for an engage in the mid here. Double stun comes out onto Funds. Root follow-up. You're going to force a save to come on out from Iron, but Funds will survive. Or maybe not. Turning it around with a self-light bomb to try to buy some time. But Stitches is going to fall. Iron with the Desperate Prayer will not survive here. Tassadar inside the cocoon. Can they get this extra kill? Archon is popped. They get the counter kill onto Anubarak, but Tassadar is going to go down here. Gojira wants this kill onto Got Filth, but does not connect. Sitting on 39 gems right now, and no mana. Oh no! Valimar hits the Entangling Roots, and that is so many gems on the ground. Roger is sitting on 45, was able to pick up some of them, but the only living member from the side of WildHeart Omega could still turn in solo. I believe the turn-in is now available for the side of Anti-Clown Association. They could go for a boss plus turn-in here. But here goes Sylvanas. Roger going to try to get this before Anti-Clown Association can get their own. Roger does manage to drop off here. Top boss will be claimed by Anti-Clown Association. So they won't be able to turn in with the boss, but they'll be able to get a turn-in right after this objective claim from WildHeart Omega. Once again, Anti-Clown Association in the mid-game here, looking like they're in a commanding spot. We'll see if WildHeart Omega can save their keeps here. That is the main goal right now. Which is weird because they've got their own objective push to be dealing with. Caesar Salad is going to get gorged. Anti-Clown Association trying to step up here, looking for a gust. Mind control lands. It will be enough to take down Anubarak. Nice job by Funds getting that isolation kill. Boss in the top lane. Still a little bit of health left, but with no minion support, should go down to the structure. Only the top lane still has a little bit of an objective left. Oh, big hook from the side from Funds is only going to grab a catapult there, as Kelsier takes a full round of damage from Tassadar. See if Anti-Clown Association can find themselves a turn-in. And Tori on the bottom side, looking for an opportunity. Alongside Got Filth will have enough for a turn-in. WildHeart Omega finds the mind control onto the top side. Nice follow-up hook, and Kelsier is going to fall. Archon is activated here by Reb to keep this push going. But now the Red Web Weavers are on the way. Nice hook coming on out there, but a great root from Valimar prevents any further aggression. Cocoon onto Tassadar's got Filth, is going to push Gojira and Iron into the back line. Blaze is going to drop the ult. Anduin doesn't get the light bomb connection before going down. Got Filth going to reposition onto the backside. Reb is low, and Tassadar is the next to fall. Gojira trying to stay alive there, but one more auto should do it. Fun's caught by the Entomb on the retreat. Can Anti-Clown Association catch up here? Fun's has to go through the top side, but Roger is going to be found next. Funds goes down. There goes Sylvanas. It's a full ace, and all the remaining gems are on the ground while the red web weavers are pushing through these lanes. You wonder if Anti-Clown Association has a B team for the sake of the acronym? Funny you should mention that. You might notice the DHs in front of all these names, and you might notice a lot of these names from a certain CCL team named Diamond Hands. If you take a look at the Storm League standings, you'll notice there's a team called Baby Diamond Hands, who is indeed the B team of what is currently called Anti-Clown Association. But this looks like a core push to victory. My goodness, what a decisive ending for Anti-Clown Association. They're going to go up 2-0 in this series. GG. Goodness gracious me. We had the boss and a counter turn in, and then we had a turn in followed by an ace from the side of Anti-Clown Association, and all three objectives converge on the core for an overwhelming victory. Very, very nicely done. Let's go to post-match. See what we can see. A sub 13-minute game there. Wowee, wowee. Reb on the Tassadar leading the way on siege and hero damage and experience gained, by the way. Unfortunately, just could not carry the team to victory there on Tomb. Over on the side of Anti-Clown Association, Leoric top siege and top hero damage. Nearly 36,000 coming on out there. Didn't quite out-heal Malfurion, though. Ventori gonna have to work on that one. Let's go to the talents as we close out the prediction here. Update the scoreboard and get ourselves ready for game number 3. Delicious, delicious. If you don't have a water next to you, it's so good. Why don't you? Every time you're sitting down, every time you're watching something, just have some water. Just have some water. It's great. Alrighty. That was game number 2. Anti-Clown Association looking fantastic so far in this series. But WildHeart Omega, the story so far, they have stuck with them through the early part of each of these games. We'll see if WildHeart Omega can transfer that early game success into late game victory for game number 3. But for now, we're going to go do another short break while the lobby is set up. We come on back, it's going to be more WildHeart Omega versus Anti-Clown Association. Sit tight. Alrighty, welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 3 of WildHeart Omega versus Anti-Clown Association. Let them know that I'm ready to go so they can start up at their leisure. Teams are asking for what I'm doing with my hair today. Oh, it's the low tail today. Let's go to map select before we jump into this draft so I can let you know we're going to Alterac Pass here for game number 3. Once again, chosen by Anti-Clown Association. See if WildHeart Omega has what it takes to get this draft going in their favor. Let's jump in and see if there's anything funky going to come on down. Anything crazy going to get picked. It's Alterac Pass. It's the map of Deathwing and Samuro. Will we see either one? Or will we just see some more just good heroes? Will we just see more good heroes come out from these good players? I feel like it's likely. But sometimes they put on a show for us. Sometimes they say, hey, you know what else could work? And they play Samuro Deathwing. Just saying. It could work out. Couple of tanks removed as well as the Brightwing. Anubarak will not be in this one. Let's see what the final ban is going to be from Anti-Clown Association here. Probably still Junkrat. I mean, Junkrat can do pretty similar stuff here on Alterac Pass in terms of being annoying from such an incredibly safe distance. Great delay on the objective. But we'll see what they want to take out. They're going to remove another global here. Falstad is banned away by Anti-Clown Association. A lot of good options on the table here for WildHeart Omega. Hogger, a very powerful one, very first pickable. But they want that Junkrat. Roger does take the opportunity for Junkus Radicus to be claimed. Now with Junkrat, you don't necessarily also need Hogger, because Junkrat's clear on that back camp is very, very good, but it never hurts. It never hurts to have a hero that can just go take that back camp in the same amount of time as 4 other heroes combined. And Nintori recognizes that. First pick here for Anti-Clown Association, and Valimar happy to go on back to that Lucio. WildHeart Omega, they've got the Junkrat. Wonder if they're going to go back to the Stitches here. Stitches Junkrat is a pretty crazy combo on Alterac Pass. It's a little bit more open. A little bit more open than Tomb of the Spider Queen, but the repositioning opportunities, the ability to hook over terrain and throw the concussion mine over terrain is all very, very good on Alterac. I'm going to take some power picks first, though. Iron going back to the Rhaegar from game number 1, and Gojira going to go for the Blaze. So Anti-Clown Association thinking about their ban, going to take away the Lunara. Lunara, Junkrat, pretty good damage profile there. Not interested in taking it themselves, though. So, WildHeart Omega. They're going to take away Hanzo here. Interesting. Wanting to remove possibly an engage tool in that Dragon Arrow. Because any kind of disruption into the mobility of Junkrat is a huge issue, so I understand wanting to take that away. Anti-Clown Association with the next 2 picks here. See what they want to do to follow up with this Hogger. They don't have the Falstad as an option, so they're going to go with the Sylvanas. Kelsier locks in that Sylvanas once again. Caesar Salad going to go back to the Muradin. Looking pretty similar to the Game 1 draft on the side of Anti-Clown Association. Just missing a Genji, really. Maybe God Filth goes back to the Genji. Honestly, it wouldn't be that bad of an idea into Junkrat. But we'll see what WildHeart Omega wants to round out their comp with here. We got Reb and Funds. It's going to be Tyrael and Zeratul, so they're going to be looking to get a little bit of counter dive into that backline. It's going to be Malthael this time for Got Filth. Very interesting. Tyrael. Tori goes Malthael. So it's going to be Nintori on the Malthael, and Kelsier switches to the Hogger. Caesar Salad goes to the Sylvanas. Got Filth is going to go to the Muradin. All right. All right. A little bit of switcheroo on the rolls here, coming on out from Anti-Clown Association. Start that prediction up once again. No switcheroos on the side of WildHeart Omega. They're going to stick with their roles. They're going to stick with their roles here. But now's the time. Is Anti-Clown Association going to come on through with the 3-0 sweep, or can WildHeart Omega bring it back here to start their journey back to the top? Let's find out as the game is loaded in. Here we go. It's game number 3. On the left in the blue, once again, we have WildHeart Omega. Iron is on Rhaegar, Roger on the Junkrat, Gojira playing Blaze, Funds is on Tyrael, and Reb is on the Zeratul. On the right in the red, we have Anti-Clown Association, Got Filth on the Muradin, Valimar's on Lucio, Nintori playing Malthael, Caesar Salad is on the Sylvanas, and Kelsier is playing the Hogger. They still put Kelsier on Hogger. I think they should have put Caesar Salad on Hogger. That's just me. But here we are. It's game number 3. We'll say limit testing is going on on the side of Anti-Clown Association. A little bit of limit testing, as it were. As we see WildHeart Omega spreading out, making sure that there's no Sylvanas cheesery. Reb discovered there by Got Filth. Moves to the mid lane just to get a little bit of clear here. So we do have a double bruiser comp coming out from the side of Anti-Clown Association between Hogger and Malthael. And in this relatively low CC composition, headed up by Tyrael on the side of WildHeart Omega, that should allow Malthael to be a little bit more survivable. Of course, the anti-healing possibilities from Rhaegar are going to hurt Malthael. The possible stuns from Blaze could end up being an issue. Scott Filth going onto the left side here, going to see if they can get a little bit of harassment going. The banana count is very nice right now, as we see Hogger and the entirety of WildHeart Omega finishing up their camps at roughly the same time. The entirety. It was just Rhaegar and Junkrat. But it baffles me every time. Like, you think Rhaegar, Junkrat, really, really good at clearing that camp. They both have abilities that can hit all three minions at the same time. Their level 1 clear is really good. And still, they just match what a Hogger can do alone. Really, really crazy. And it's still crazy to think that Hogger used to do bonus damage to those camps. Used to be even faster, and yet is still the fastest by quite a large margin in the game. Such is life on this patch. Such is life, and will probably never change. Stun goes out onto Rhaegar underneath the tower there as Hogger spins on through, looking to follow up with some extra damage. Kelsier could be in trouble. Jet Propulsion doesn't quite land, though. John Kruger saying the overconfidence will be their weakness. Believe in a game 4. It's entirely possible. Lucio doing a little bit of harassment here on the left-hand side. Boosts away there. Just Lucio things. Murden and Zeratul grabbing that soak on the bottom side. Kelsier ready to go on this camp. Even times out the dynamite with the camp spawn. What a gamer. WildHeart Omega on the left-hand side, getting their camp out as quickly as possible as well. Slightly behind, but basically the same time as Anti-Clown Association there. Gojira gets the connection there. Valimar has the pushback. Nintori, oh, what a tremendous set of body blocks there. Gojira pushed back once again. Can Blaze get out? Just barely escaping as Gojira. Ooh, gets down past 100 health there. It is not easy to body block with Malthael and Lucio, but they did a really, really nice job on the Blaze there. Almost getting that kill, and what looked like a 0% chance for a kill. One more auto or one more Q would have done it. Objectives are up. Both teams do have their level 7s. Camps are still down for another 45 seconds or so here. Godfilth looking for Reb on the bottom side here, just checking things out. Keeping vision, staying off the map. Spurden gonna help with that mid clear. Looks like the teams are just happy to continue to soak it out, not too worried about the first objective. Camps are ready in about 20 seconds here. We'll see if they get in position to do those. Augur starting to head into position there. 12 seconds on the camps. See if Roger and Iron are going to do the same. Looks like they're sticking around for the mid-wave clear before heading on back. So that means Kelsier will be in position to start this up. How you doing, Madara? Checking out the Gotfilth Murden main. Ain't that the truth? A third set of camps here, as both teams continue to ignore the objective for the most part. Looks like Nintori and Valimar are starting to move across here, might think about starting a channel. Roger, in position to get that interrupt, though. Got the camp finished in time. And Anti-Clown Association just, you know, just breaks off. Not much else you can do. Junkrat can infinitely interrupt you. Godfilth was looking for Roger there. Couldn't find the Stormbolt, though. As Roger gets back over the wall. Fun's able to get away. Iron might not be so lucky, though. Slowed on the outside, but does manage to escape. Nice hit onto Caesar Salad. Sylvanas is able to get the Haunting Wave to move away here. Great double stun from Kelsier right into the corner. Iron is low, manages to get behind the gate. Caesar Salad is pushed onto the top wall here as Reb wants to get this last hit. Hogger is low, trying to spin away here. Roger... Ooh, almost got that last hit. Still no kills, though, as Anti-Clown Association does claim their heroics. See if they can bully their way onto the left side of the map here. Funz has the next interrupt. Roger is ready to interrupt as well. His 10s are now in for both sides. Nice cleanse there, nice purge from Iron. Taking a look at the heroics. It is going to be Might of the Nerazim here for Zeratul, so don't look for those VPs. It's full backline assassination mode for Zeratul. Speaking of, looking for Kelsier there. Scott Filth. Ooh, Reb actually going into tower range there. A bit of a possible miscalculation, but has enough blinks to move back to safety. That does allow Caesar Salad to step up onto this camp. WildHeart Omega able to claim this camp. Hogger a little bit low on health here. Should be fine. As Funz tries to stop the channel here at 17 seconds. Yeah, Hogger manages to get that camp without dying. Very nicely done. John Kruger is correct. Still no deaths thus far. As WildHeart Omega gets their level 11s. Let's even up the scaling. Mid-camp clear is the focus here as Hogger gets a nice bounce angle off of the little lake there. Godfilth manages to get the Avatar popped. Roger going to go for the Riptire into the backline. Blaze Bunker throws that extra armor onto the front line. Anti-Clown Association barely able to boost on out of there. Nintori joining the fight late, maybe in a little bit of trouble here. Godfilth has to move on in for the body block. Nintori survives. Top side here, Roger thinking about a channel, but is going to be forced to move away. Has the concussion mine. Might go as far as he'd hoped, but is enough to get away there. Valimar going to be interrupted there by Gojira. Come on the bottom side. Kelsier working on the bottom fort. Reb is trying to get this cleared away. Is Gojira going to get the Ancestral Healing? As Anti-Clown Association was looking for something there. Caesar Salad a little bit low as Funz. Chasing on forward. Junkrat with the follow-up is going to claim first blood of the game here past the 8-minute mark. And we are still on our first objective. We'll see if WildHeart Omega, with that kill, is able to control this top side channel. Camps are up and available here. We see Hogger move into that back camp once again. Funz and Iron trying to hold down the fort here. There's now a collapse from the top side. Nintori wants a flank. Valimar trying to move away from Reb here. Hogger forced to split away from the camp and come join the team. 14 seconds left on the channel as Godfilth goes in. Double stun comes on out, but there is the Sanctification from Tyrael. Great follow-up, but Avatar is popped. Godfilth gonna be okay. Bunker in the backline from the Blaze. Valimar gets hit with the Riptire, but it is Rhaegar that's going to be going down here. Reb Low is going to have to move away. A huge stun from Gojira, but Anti-Clown Association is just getting healed right back up here. Valimar, a little bit low, but able to escape. So a counter kill comes out from Anti-Clown Association. Finally, an opportunity to move to the back camp. We see Hogger going to handle that. Roger, with the help of Reb, doing the same here for WildHeart Omega. Gojira and Funz trying to get interrupts onto this objective. Are doing so fairly effectively. Oh no, Crossfire didn't connect! Oh no, Crossfire wasn't ready! The sword from Tyrael wasn't ready either. Is going to try to get the channel. Anti-Clown Association is going to be ticking down this objective. WildHeart Omega spam clicking this, trying to buy time. Still 2 seconds left on it. Reb steps up there, trying to put some damage onto Godfilth, but the Raiders for Red have been claimed. Gojira, goes down before the Ancestral can connect. Now Fun's in trouble, is blocked by the Loot Horde. That's a double kill for Anti-Clown Association alongside the first objective capture of the game. Unfortunate that the Crossfire from Blaze did not connect there. Because it looked like the stun, or the interrupt train was doing really, really well. Stun comes out onto Rhaegar. Got Filth just repositioning from that top side, though. Sylvanas free pushing in the top lane. Bottom fort is already down. So Zeratul gonna have to deal with that as it moves into the keep wall. Splitting off here is Malthael to try to harass Zeratul a little bit. Reb with the double blink to get away. Should be just fine. Mid fort in a little bit of trouble here. Objective is low, but the fort will fall. Top fort gonna go down as well. Sylvanas continuing to push into Blaze here as we see a rotation onto the top keep wall. Meanwhile, Malthael actually going down. We had a collapse there from WildHeart Omega. Nice job getting that kill, and that allows them to come on up here, force Anti-Clown Association to think about moving back. Dismounts are good from Roger. Kelsier has the Unstoppable to get out, but Funds is flanking on the outside. Reb trying to work on Valimar here, but that Lucio damage is no joke when he clocks onto you for an extended amount of time there. So Anti-Clown Association, we see Godfilth just checking on this boss. Gonna grab this back camp first, Caesar Salad. And Kelsier working on that. Looks like bottom boss is going to be the play here for WildHeart Omega. Reb going to go ahead and start that up here with Roger. This Fun's ready to move on to the point. The rest of Anti-Clown Association going to do the same on the top side. We do see this quite often after the first objective of the game, or even after the second objective of the game. Teams just go ahead and get those bosses out on the map. A little bit of a trade there. Looks like WildHeart Omega will be able to find their 16s before the next fight, which is solid for them. Kelsier could possibly be engaged onto here. Reb with the dismount. Kelsier trying to look for an opportunity to fight, but here comes Anti-Clown Association. Could possibly turn it around. There's the stun silence. Rhaegar is going to go down. Funds is being chased out. That's a double kill for Anti-Clown Association. Great flank there. And that's going to allow them a player advantage as their boss pushes down the top lane. Junkrat clearing out the mid here, making sure it's not a double keep capture. Could be anyway, though. We'll see what Anti-Clown Association wants to do. They're going towards the core. They're going to try it here. 15 seconds until Rhaegar is back. There is still 40 armor on this core, but the boss is so healthy here. Big stun comes on out. Godfilth is low. Manages to pop the Avatar, though. Core is down to half. Anti-Clown Association is going for a quick victory here. Rhaegar is up and is going to try to join the fight. Godfilth is going to go down here. Anti-Clown Association is forced to retreat. And that means the core is just going to go right back to full health. Big comeback potential for WildHeart Omega, as Tyrael is now on the chase as well. Augur able to spin right through the holy ground. Valimar is looking for dismounts on the outside. Lucio continuing to get those dismounts. Great job from Valimar with the target autos. That was a bold attempt. They were pretty close, as actually Lucio is dipping and diving around the mid here. Again, the lack of consistent stuns is going to mean Lucio has a pretty good time getting on out of here. Reb with the double blink forward. There's the pushback. Spray goes down, but Lucio able to boost on out of trouble. WildHeart Omega going to start to claim the objective here on the bottom side. Notori in some trouble. Great Unstoppable. Denies the jet propulsion that almost certainly would have led to a kill. 17-19, WildHeart Omega. If they're looking for a fight, this is a great opportunity to get one. Anti-Clown Association thinking about stepping up. Gojira does not connect. Going to turn it around onto Gojira here. Going to force the bunker to come on down. Tyrael getting in as well as Zeratul looking for that armor. Great stun follow-up. Silence lands as well. Gojira not going to die to the last rites. Stays inside the sanctification. Reb is low, has the blink to get on out. Blaze is going to fall. Reb is just blinking back and forth here, but Zeratul will end up going down. There is the dwarf launch slow. Triple kill for Anti-Clown Association. Tyrael and Junkrat able to get away. It's actually Riders going against Anti-Clown Association right now, but they've got the damage to push through the mid lane. Could they try for the core once again here? They're going to aggro the core. The keep is still down to half. Zerial is jumped onto and taken down here. Anti-Clown Association wants to peel more armor off before possibly going for a core attempt. They have no minions to help with this push. 7 seconds till Blaze is back, 10 on Zeratul. Core is down to 75%. Can they do it here? Here comes Gojira. Anti-Clown Association once again are going to be forced to move back. Gojira with the crossfire, and that's going to be Muradin going down. Once again, WildHeart Omega turns a defense into a kill. Caesar Salad? Oh, is able to just barely get on out of there. Reb catches the Hogger here, getting the long bounce. Gonna use that Vorpal. Kelsier able to use the Hortipult to get away, though, healing up with that trait. Riders moving down the lanes. The top rider's the only one left here as WildHeart Omega trying to pick up this mid structure. Gojira could be in a little bit of trouble here, is able to be boosted out by Tyrael. Valimar could be stuck on the edge here, a little bit light on mana, has the push off to move away. Somehow the jet propulsion doesn't hit, and Blaze goes down. Reb is trying to move around the top side. Rhaegar falls before the Sanctification can go off. Counter kill onto Lucio is good, though, so we got ourselves a 3v3. Reb chasing onto Caesar Salad here, but the turnaround stun is great, and Zeratul is going to go down. Oh my goodness. Malthael moving around the bottom side here. Muradin is on the way back. Roger and Funds trying to retreat into the base. This fight just keeps on going. Kelsier almost gets the DQ combo onto Junkrat, but just a little bit short there. Left side camp is going to be stolen away by Anti-Clown Association here. Got Filth in the area. Working on a little bit of wave clear. My goodness, what a back and forth. It looks like Anti-Clown Association is going to end up focusing on this bottom boss. WildHeart Omega. Got to sit back and get this clear. Blaze going to work on this top. Junkrat clearing out the mid as the Reaver minions are starting to work their way down the lanes. But we've got a boss claimed by Anti-Clown Association here in the bottom lane. They don't have the 20 advantage anymore. WildHeart Omega has picked up their 20s. Looks like they're just starting to move and looking for the next riders to be ready. Godfilth gonna get the group here, but it looks like, oh no, they're gonna go for the top boss. Okay. WildHeart Omega gonna try to clear the bottom boss away, and top boss is going to be the focus for Anti-Clown Association. They're trying to do everything here. Godfilth was looking for the channel. Kelsier looking for the camp. We've got the top boss being claimed by Anti-Clown Association's remaining members here. They're just doing it all. WildHeart Omega. Reb is going to break away here. The minions here should help the boss just be targeted down by the keep, no problem. Now Anti-Clown Association has all the everything. Godfilth with a stun onto the back line. There's Sylvanas thinking about moving in. Godfilth is going to jump on back, though. It's Malthael thinking about a flank from the top side. The boss and the Reaver camp, or the Null Pack, are going to eventually get to the core, though, so WildHeart Omega is on a bit of a timer. There is the Sanctification going to cancel out the last rites. Pintori trying to get away here. That's the Unstoppable. Lucio coming on through with the save. Reb is low. The Ancestral goes into Blaze, but Blaze goes into the bunker. Tyrael and Blaze are low. The core is now being threatened by minions. Malthael is going to go down here. Godfilth is jumping on back. Anti-Clown Association trying to retreat. Lucio is the next to fall. The core is going down to half here, though. Hogger is trying to backdoor. It's a full minion wave. It's a boss. GG has been called. Kelsier is going to get these last couple autos in, I believe. Yeah, the boss is too healthy here. Anti-Clown Association going to pick up the 3-0 victory, keeping that fight going for just long enough. GG. Fantastic series. Anti-Clown Association closes out the 3-0 victory on Alterac Pass. WildHeart Omega, once again, just sticking with them through most of the game, but ultimately, ACA is flawless today. Let's go to the post-match. See what we can see. Roger on the Junkrat, leading the way in all categories. Top Siege, top Hero, top Experience collected, and 0 deaths on the Junkrat. Impressive stuff coming out there from Roger. Nintori on the Malthiel, leading the way on the damage for Anti-Clown Association. We're getting over 56,000 there. And a little, almost 19,000 on the experience soaked. Bring up the talent screen as we close out our prediction. And look to close out this here broadcast. Alrighty. Just double checking. I think we're all good to close out.